And joining us here on the Red Devils pregame show here on the HCTV live stream, Red Devil senior Logan Dendis. Logan, a big one today. We've got the group final. How the boys feeling about this one?
The boys are feeling excited, obviously coming into the sectional final at home, being able to take on the 9 seed. We want to get a huge win here and be able to move on to the state semifinal and be able to take home the state final.
So last year, team was in the same spot, same time, and there was disappointment. What did the Red Devils, this year's team, kind of learn from that experience from those who went through it last year?
Yeah, so as a team, we just got to be confident. We got to be strong together. We got to work as a family out there, and we just got to trust in each other. Obviously, everyone on this team is good enough to play and be out there on that field, so we just got to trust in each other and work hard.
And Logan, you just mentioned the word family. That's interesting when it comes to the Dendises here at Hunterdon Central. There's been an awful lot of success between your sisters, Emily and Lexi. How do you try to keep that legacy, the Dendis legacy, going, at least for one more game?
Yeah, I mean, my sisters did a great job providing a legacy for the Dendis family here, and being on this field and being a Dendis, it's shown to me like I can do anything, and following in my sister's footsteps has made me work harder to become a better player and to work for this team and to be a family out there.
Lastly, Logan, when you remember this time as a Red Devil, what do you think you'll look back on most fondly?
I think I'll look back at the connections I've made on this team. Coming into the season, having half seniors, half juniors, we weren't sure how this group was going to blend. But honestly, we've blended so well together, and we have worked so well together coming into the season and working so well as a team.
And that was Red Devil senior Logan Dendis. Stay tuned for the Red Devils as they move on to the next round in the States against North Brunswick.
Hello everybody, welcome in to Hunterdon Central Stewart Field for today's sectional final between the North Brunswick Raiders and your Hunterdon Central Red Devils. My name is Robbie Lubner. Joining with me is Aiden Poniker. Aiden, the Red Devils come in today. They're 14-4-2 on the year, coming off of a 4-0 dominant win over the Old Bridge Knights on Tuesday. What are some guys to watch going into today's game?
Going into this game, some guys to watch for your Red Devils one of them is their leading scorer, Grant Frey. He has 11 goals on the season. Another player to look out for on the defensive side is Colin Decatur, one of the best defenders on this Red Devils team.
Number 8, Peter Kassoff. Number 10, Christopher Brands. Number 17, William Tall. Number 22, Ivan Pinata. Ending goal, number 00, Alexander Adino. And now your starting lineup for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. Number 3, Aiden Basio. Number 5, Ryan Perrin. Number 7, Dylan Mikulski. Number 10, Brian Grubb. Number 15, Peter Labate. Number 18, Grant Frey. Number 20, Colin Decatur. Number 21, Dominic Paniconi. Number 22, Colby Towson. Number 23, Logan Dendis. Ending goal, number 0, Chase Reinhardt.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that still there? Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Lucas Reed down here on the field. We got a chance to talk with Coach Rohal as well as Peter Labate of Hunterdon Central. Coach Rohal, head coach for North Brunswick, they said they're leaving it out on the field today. They have house money. They got nothing to lose. They're not even supposed to be here. He said the 9 seed playing the 2 seed today, North Brunswick, they're going to give it everything they got to bring home the championship here today. Hunterdon Central, we got the chance to talk with Peter Labate. He said he's not nervous. He's excited. That's what this team is going to do today. They're going to have fun, as well as Brian Grubb. Going to have fun today. It's going to be a really fun day for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Getting ready now. Dylan Mahalski on the kickoff, and we're underway. Immediately dumped downfield by Brian Grubb, but kicked back the other way. And already in a dangerous spot. That's Aiden Bazia who will chase it down. You know, Aiden, it's been interesting to watch this Red Devils team, of course, against Old Bridge, kind of having a nice balance between being really aggressive when the chance is there, but also being conservative and not being afraid to pass it back to goalie Chase Reinhardt.
Yeah, the Red Devils, they had a phenomenal 2 games before this. They've had a phenomenal tournament. They've shut out both opponents, and they've just been very dominant.
Yeah, of course, 2 games ago, they beat the East Brunswick Bears in a throw-in, in penalty kicks. So this one's taken away now by Brian Grubb. Some contact there from his counterpart, Christopher Brands. Now a close call there. Here's a chance for the Raiders. That's kicked away. Of course, we saw goals from Grant Frey, Colby Townsend, D.T. Emmerich, and Dylan Mahalski now. As here's Mahalski on the far side. That pass is knocked away and will be picked up by the Raiders goalie. That is, of course, Ezekiel Rodriguez-Reyes. Now it's sent to midfield. So, of course, you'll see the scrum, especially in a big game like this. The Red Devils do come in as the 2 seed. Meanwhile, the Raiders come in as the 9 seed. They've upset the number 1 seed, Monroe. I believe it was earlier this week. 1-0 in a very good game. So, of course, now playing with house money.
Yeah, but they're facing a Red Devils team that's probably playing their best ball all season. Back-to-back shutout wins by a combined score of 3 straight shutouts with a combined score of 10-0 in those games.
So getting ready now, it will be a throw-in for the Raiders. Of course, we're seeing, just like Old Bridge, North Brunswick being very aggressive early on. And, you know, we had to think about maybe Hunterdon Central being patient, using that to maybe let their opponents tire themselves out and then capitalize when they are on the upper hand. Of course, Hunterdon Central having a very large roster, able to use that depth, keep fresh legs on the field, especially on a cold night like it is here at Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, they will. They have a mostly junior and senior roster. A lot of guys will be leaving, but they have a lot of guys coming back, and some big players like Grant Frey and Colby Townsend coming back to this team next season.
So now North Brunswick going to look to move the ball around. That's Joshua Bonsu on the far side. Bonsu trying to work midfield. That one knocked out of play, and it will be a throw-in now for the Raiders. Trying to get something set up now. Of course, the lone underclassman on the Red Devil squad, Ryan Perrin. Tight defense, scored his first goal at the varsity level, I believe it was last week, in their win against the Franklin Warriors, as here's Colby Townsend now. Townsend will look inside, pokes it through to Mahalski, look to tap it back. That one taken away by number 22 on the Raiders, Ivan Pinata. As that one will go out, will be a throw-in out for the Red Devils. That'll be senior Colin Decatur. There's Logan Dennis now. Popped up by Bazio. Coming together, there's Bazio and Bonsu. Here's Labate. He'll play ping pong with Ryan Perrin now on the far side. As that one will ricochet off the feet of Advik Patapati. And a throw in now for Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, this Red Devils team does not want to take North Brunswick lightly. They've been the underdogs in both of their tournament games, starting off with the 1 seed against Monroe, and then in their previous game to get to this point, they are a team that's fighting week in, week out, and they got to prepare for that.
Here's a throw in from Labate. That's headed away there by Ryan Marzarigos. Step back, waiting as Colin Decatur. I'll keep that one in bounds. Of course, Aiden, you mentioned Colby Townsend and Grant Frey, a couple of juniors. Of course, like you said, a lot of juniors on this team, allowing for good chemistry on and off the turf. But, man, Townsend and Frey have really worked really well together going up towards the net. We've seen both of them really set up each other to result in goals. Of course, we saw that last week to get the scoring started. Or, excuse me, last game. It was Colby Townsend on the assist from Frey. Frey, of course, looking for the first double-double season in goals and assists that we've seen in a while here for this Red Devils soccer team.
Yeah, one of the best all-around seasons by a Red Devil in a couple of years now.
Not going down there at all.
So here's Dominic Paniconi. Decatur will continue it down the near side to Colby Townsend. You really got to watch here. There's Brian Grubb, number 10. He's another junior. And, man, Grubb's like the Swiss Army knife of soccer. I mean, he's really good ball handling, really good dribbling skills, but he can score, but he's also a stellar defenseman.
Yeah, I feel like his big part of his play is his aggressiveness when the other team has the ball. His ability to just run after the player, showing enough effort to steal the ball. It's just a great teammate to have.
Close call there for the Raiders. Ball still loose. Now here's Grubb on the far side. Grubb going to look to dump that one in the box. Headed away by the Raiders defense. Now that one sets back out to Bonsu. Now he's looking for Christopher Lacona, number 1 there, downfield. Stuck in between a couple of men. As now here's Paniconi to Colin Decatur. And the Red Devil squad looking to move the ball downfield. Again, I mean, the winner's going to move on to the state semifinals. Here looking to win the Group 4 Central Jersey Championship in tonight's match. Perrin now looks to the far side. You know, Ryan Perrin, again, he's the lone underclassman on this Red Devils team. And, I mean, he's really proven himself so far. I mean, good ball handling. Again, scoring his first varsity goal last week. So he's another name to watch. As in a trio of defenders, Colby Townsend, and that'll be a free kick for the Raiders. Townsend and Luis Ramirez getting together.
Going back to your point earlier, yeah, he said he's had the ability to be mentored by some of the upperclassmen here on this Red Devil varsity team, and just that ability to be able to learn from more experienced players it's just a huge impact for him, and that's part of the reason why he's been a stud here as a lower classman.
So that was Hari Salvaraj in the free kick. Now here is Pinata on the near side, working with Bonsu. Bonsu almost in a trap there. Good defensive maneuver by the Red Devils, as now here is Christopher Brands. Now kicked away by Logan Dendis. Now here's Brian Grubb. Again, I mean, just Grubb, really, Frey, Grubb, and Townsend. They were the big trio up front with, of course, the captain, Dylan Mahalski, also working well in there. He has his fair share with 2 goals on the season. 3 goals after scoring on Tuesday against Old Bridge.
Yeah, Mahalski, one of the greater seniors on this team, had the game winner against Pingree a couple weeks back.
Yeah, of course, one of the biggest wins of the season for Hunterdon Central was their win against Pingree. In overtime, Pingree, of course, the number 9 ranked team in the nation at the time of that big win for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that was definitely a season-defining win there, and just set the tone for what this team is able to do.
So here's Colin Decatur now. He'll work to the inside, back to Logan Dendis. Of course, you're seeing that patient kind of play from Hunterdon Central. I mean, of course, on Tuesday we saw them really play back more on defense, especially against a very aggressive team in Old Bridge. As here's Brian Grubb, a shot just wide. Grubb, I mean, Brian Grubb can really make those really far-out shots, and that one was no different.
Yeah, you saw the aggressive shot there. It was close. It wasn't like that was not anywhere close. That was a close shot, just a little wide left.
So getting ready now, that's Hari Salvaraj getting ready here. It looked like he was offsides no matter what. As that one's popped up by Logan Dendis. Now there is Peter Labate. Labate, another one of those big guys on the edge, kind of as a midfielder that's really been able to move the ball around and really let plays develop. so far this season, especially as a junior. Of course, taking another season after this. Again, a lot of juniors, so you're not going to see a ton of difference going into next year's season.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty similar team for next season. You guys, Grubb's coming back, Townsend's coming back, Frey's coming back. A lot of juniors coming back, and most of them are starters.
And Frey hits the turf there. A free kick coming up for the Red Devils. Frey took a couple of nasty hits on Tuesday against the Knights, but of course the leading goal scorer for this Red Devils hasn't been. He's been able to stay out on the turf as he'll line up the free kick. Getting ready now, just shy of 10 minutes already wiped away here in this first half of action.
Yeah, we've only seen one shot attempt combined by either team this game. It's been very defensive.
Here's Grant Frey. That's dumped into the box. Headed away by William Tall. Gathered up by Ryan Perrin. Now he'll find Brian Grubb. Grubb continue to move the ball around to Colin Decatur. Now tap to Paniconi. Looked inside for Townsend. Whistle blown. And I think they're going to call that one offsides. Of course, a nice-sized crowd here for boys soccer here at Stewart Field. Looking to add to the atmosphere to try to power the Red Devils into the state semifinals.
A pretty big student section here on the benches.
So here's Ari Salvaraj on the free kick for the Raiders. Sends that one to midfield. And now this one will be picked up by Brian Grubb. He'll find Grant Frey. Frey cuts inside. Tries to poke that one free, but surrounded by a trio of defenders. Gathered back up by Ryan Perrin. Now to Grubb. Now here's Peter Labate. Labate going to dump that one in the box. Looking for Frey. Picked up by Townsend. Townsend can't get a shot off. And now cleared by Christopher Brands. Now here is Christopher Lacona. He'll send it downfield looking for Brands. Reinhardt can be patient enough. He'll send that one out to the near side for Colin Decatur. And the Red Devils attack looks to get back underway. You know, Chase Reinhardt, I mean, he's been one of the best goalies, I think, in the entire division so far this year. I mean, if he can't get to a ball, there's a good chance that ball is really not going to find the net. And, I mean, just fantastic read on the ball. He knows when to be patient enough to let the ball kind of come to him, but also when to be aggressive, as this one's dumped into the far corner. Looking for Decatur. That one was headed out by Luis Ramirez.
Yeah, Reinhardt, he's had a phenomenal season, kind of an injury-plagued season, missed a couple games. Schaffernick did an amazing job filling in for him, but this Red Devils team has two phenomenal goalies.
So it will be a corner now coming up for Hunterdon Central. That'll be Brian Grubb now. Grubb does have an assist so far this season from the corner. There's the whistle. That one dumped in over the head of just about everybody. And Townsend can't reel that one in. That one will go out. And it will be a goal kick here for the Raiders.
Both teams playing phenomenal defense to start off, not letting any team take a shot. As this Red Devils, this is what we expected from this team. Their defense is playing lights out as of late, and their offense is playing phenomenal too. They had just 2 games ago in the first round against Franklin, they had 5 goals, and the game before that, the season finale against Northingham, they had 4. So this team can score.
Now here's a chance for the Raiders. That's Christopher Lacona now. Chases in the box, gets past Bosio, shot off and scored for the Raiders. That's Christopher Lacona, and it's 1-0 North Brunswick.
Yeah, that was just a phenomenal shot there. As just able to get around the defense, had a nice touch on the ball. Reinhardt was not able to get to it in time.
Yeah, Lacona, I mean, just able to kind of cut back on Bosio and get a shot off and bury it in the net. On the opposite side of Reinhardt, really nothing you do as the goalkeeper. And 1-0 North Brunswick here. But something we have seen from Hunterdon Central, even playing from behind, that momentum doesn't kill them. Of course, only being down one shot's all it takes to tie this one back up.
Yeah, we still have 47 minutes left of play time. We're halfway, not even halfway through the first half. There's a lot of game left to go as this Red Devils team just got to stay composed.
Mahalski looking for a whistle there, didn't get it. And this one's gathered up by Peter Kassoff. He'll find Brands as Brands pokes that one free. Looking for Pinata, and Decatur able to find Townsend, able to keep that one in. Now to Grubb. And you're really starting to see this really energize this Raiders offense. I mean, they're being very aggressive, playing up on the ball, not really allowing the Red Devils to find much room. That one looking for Decatur. That one was headed out there by Luis Ramirez.
Diving header there, put his body on the line to stop the Red Devil momentum.
So a thrower now, 400 Central. Decatur finds Grubb. Back to Bazio. He'll look back inside for Perrin. That one went through looking for Frey, but cleared out by Thomas Boniak. So a thrower now for 100 Central. That'll be Peter Labate on the throw-in. Here's Labate. That one dumped in off the head of Grubb. Here's a chance for Dylan Mahalski. Shot off, but right in the hands of the Raiders keeper. And another scoring opportunity down the drain for 100 Central.
That was their best chance yet. Mahalski had a good angle. Just he didn't get the best touch on that ball. Just right towards the goalie for him to block it.
So here's Dominic Paniconi. You hear that the Raiders brought out a nice student section as well. Trying to encourage their team here. Against the 9th seed, they upset the number 1 seed Monroe. They upset the number 5 seed in Marlboro. And now to continue the trend here at Stewart Field.
Yeah, both teams fighting for a spot in these states, as this could potentially be the last team for either team this season.
So continuing to move the ball around here around the logo. Here's Bazio to Labate on the far side. Picked up by Ryan Perrin, and that will be tapped out of play by Thomas Boniak. So another throw in now for 100 Central. That one into the box, but headed away by Joshua Bonsu. Now stolen away by Frey from Brands. And can't look inside. Brands still trying to control the ball. A spin move there, able to clear it, and now send it downfield, looking for Christopher Lacona, but that one's going to be won by Aiden Bazio as he watches that one roll out for a goal kick for the Red Devils.
Yeah, you saw Frey there being extra aggressive, but it was just a nice job by the Raiders to just keep the ball away from him, knowing that he's the Red Devils' leading scorer on offense.
Well, Aiden, you said it. I mean, there's still a long time left in this ball game, and it's important to stay composed because when you get aggressive and when you lack off maybe on defense trying to get the ball downfield, that opens up more opportunities for the Raiders to tack onto their lead.
Yeah, that's a problem with like some of the the play styles of these players is they get too aggressive and then they have a player all the way down. They have a couple of Raiders all the way down there with like just 1 or 2 Red Devil defenders to be there to stop them.
So here's Luis Ramirez. He'll cross it over to Thomas Boniak, picked up by Grant Frey. And Boniak able to corral that one. Poked free by Frey, but picked up by another Raiders defender. That one set downfield off the shoulder of Aiden Bazio. And a throw-in for the Raiders coming up.
Yeah, that one bounced awkwardly off of Bazio. Was looking to probably potentially keep it in and give the Red Devils offense a chance. Just awkward angle bouncing off the outside of his shoulder and rolls out.
So throwing out for North Brunswick. This one thrown in, looking for Bonsu. That one into the box, but headed away by Paniconi. Bonsu keeps this one alive to Laconia, but kicked away by Logan Dendis. And now sent to the far side, but missing the foot of Advik Padapati, and a throw-in for 100 Central. That one thrown in, looking for Grant Frey, poked back, able to be picked up by Brian Grubb. So again, you're seeing that ball moving here midfield, and even the cross back to Paniconi shows that they're still being patient. They're not really too stressed. Of course, there's a lot of time left in this ball game. Really trying to just get something developed.
Yeah, if you're the Red Devils, you just gotta look at this. You don't even look at the scoreboard. You just play like it's 0-0. As later in this game, if you're still down, that's where you try your best. As
Logan Dent is hitting the turf. He's up quickly, and it will be a free kick for the Red Devils on a faulty slide tackle from North Brunswick. It'll be Brian Grubb on the free kick. Just trying to figure out where the ball placement is. Here's Grubb on the free kick. That one dumped into the box off the head of Townsend. Here's Mahalski, taps it free for Paniconi, but it's cleared by Ari Salvaraj. Ball still loose. Raised to the far side, picked up by Grant Frey. Frey barely able to keep that one in bounds. Still trying to find any kind of room now as he cuts now inside, crossed, looking for Paniconi, but that's off the head of a defender. And the Decatur going to watch that one roll out for a throw-in and good positioning for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that was almost that was a beautiful setup there by the Red Devils. Townsend to Mahalski, and then Paniconi just short time into the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Frey, really, I don't know how he kept that one in bounds and able to keep that one in possession. As he had the defense all over him. So here's the throw-in from Decatur. Into the box and headed away by Ari Salvarez. And Decatur doesn't have to move it. It's another Red Devils throw-in. Throwing in now as here's Brian. Fought away by Advik Padapad. Whistle blown. It was Peter Kassoff who hit the turf. And looks like it's going to be a free kick here for the Raiders. Still trying to figure out. Looked like the foul was on Brian Grubb. Still trying to figure it out. Now we'll step back. It'll be Ari Salvaraj on the free kick. That one sent deep into the box, off the head of Logan Dendis. Now sent back out by Grant Frey. Here's Grubb, pokes looking for Perrin, but it's intercepted by Peter Kassoff. Now to Bonzu. North Brunswick trying to get some ball movement here in midfield. The Red Devils being very aggressive. Another close call there as Perrin tries to poke that one free, unsuccessfully. This one sent downfield for Dominic Paniconi. Here's Decatur, able to poke it free for Ryan Perrin. Perrin now looking for Colby Townsend. Poked back, looking for Mahalski. Mahalski chipped inside, looking for Frey, but the keeper is going to beat him there.
So close there for Frey. Was just inches away, but nice save there by the goalkeeper.
So rocketed back to midfield. Waiting is Logan Dendis. That one going to go out of bounds. And a throw-in for Hunterdon Central coming up. That one battling for on the far side. Kept in. And now here's Joshua Bonzu. Intercepted by Brian Grubb, but now picked up by Peter Kassoff. North Brunswick trying to move the ball around now. Letting something develop. Of course, with a one-goal lead, Aiden, not a ton of pressure on. Of course, again, one shot can tie this one back up. But right now, with the time of possession here for the Raiders, not too concerned.
Yeah, the Raiders, they're probably just going to, for now, they're going to see if they can score another goal, but maybe play a little bit more calm.
Here's Ivan Pinata. Now that one's poked free by Aiden Bazio. Adwick has a good pass for Grant Frey, who crosses it now for Colby Townsend. Townsend going to send it down the far side, looking for Frey. Just a little too far. And a goal kick coming up.
Yeah, that was a great design there, but just too much power on that pass. Leads out of bounds.
So another free kick. Looked like that was offsides anyways. So a free kick now for Ari Salvarez. That one sent to midfield. And picked up now by Lacona, but the whistle's going to blow, and it's a free kick for the Red Devils. So here's Decatur now. The Red Devils continue to move the ball around. Trying to let something develop. Just under 17 minutes remain here in this first half of action. Now here's Grant Frey. Frey going to cut inside. Crosses it for Decatur. Just able to beat the ball there. Fights through some contact. Posts it free for Colby Townsend. Here's Townsend. Pokes it back for Ryan Perrin. Here's Ryan Perrin. And that was tipped and out of play. And looks like they're going to call it a goal kick for the Raiders.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Townsend, able to get it to Perron.
So Ryan Perrin there, almost a good chance.
Yeah, Perrin, that was very close, but just not enough accuracy on that.
Oh, here's Logan Dendis now, finds Peter Labate. Headed by Mahalski, but unsuccessfully knocked back free the other way by Peter Kassoff. Here's Dominic Paniconi. And Dendis a good stop, able to regain possession. Bozzi able to go up the middle for Perrin. Close call there. Dennis pokes it back to Bozio in the Red Devils backfield, trying to get something developed. Not a lot of room being allowed here by the Raiders defense.
Yeah, the Raiders have played very upfront, man-to-man defense, just not letting the Red Devils get past them.
So it'll be a throw-in now for Colin Decatur. And a sub coming on, a couple subs coming on. Looks like it'll be Matei Irvin coming on for Dylan Mahalski and DT Emmerin for Brian Grubb.
2 substitutions here as we reach 15 minutes left of this first half. Both these players that are in are very good players for the Red Devils.
And that one's kicked away by Bonzu. Now kept on possession by Dendis. And Dennis and Bonzu get together. No whistle. And Dendis is hurt. He's down on the turf. And whistle blown. They're going to go and check in on Logan Dendis.
Dendis probably going to be coming out of this game as Grubb runs back in.
Short-lived stint on the bench here for Brian Grubb as Dennis and Bonzu made hard contact there just around the logo. Hopefully he's all right. A key piece here in the backfield for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Dendis got tangled up while he was landing after the header.
That one's popped up by William Tell. As the Raiders try to go back in the attack. Good press here by the Red Devils. That one's poked free now, but cleared by Ari Salvaraj. Able to keep that one in bounds is Thomas Boniak. And that one's off of the head of, I believe, Salvaraj and out of play. So Red Devils, I mean, you're seeing them be aggressive, and they've been really pressing the net here, Aiden.
Yeah, Frey has had a lot of opportunities. It's just this Raiders defense presses up and just doesn't give Frey a great shot opportunity and makes the shots a little inaccurate.
So getting ready now, that's Grant Frey trying to get some ball movement. And that one poked free and out of play. And looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Hunterdon Central.
Another great job by the Raiders defense, able to get the ball away from Frey, who's had an up and down game so far. He's gotten the ball, but just keeps getting it stolen from.
So now a fight for the ball here. Going back is Labate, who will dump that one in the box, looking for Colby Townsend. That one ricochets off the head of a defender and past Brian Grubb. And now here's Kassoff. Picked back up now by the Red Devils defense. Colin Decatur pokes it free for Brian Grubb. Now to Ryan Perrin. Now dumping in, looking for Colby Townsend, but it's off the head of a defender. Now gathered up by Brian Grubb. Grubb pokes it free for Townsend. And, oh, that one hit up the foot of the defender. And, they're going to call him offsides. No, it's going to be a corner kick now for Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play by Townsend. Very smart play there by the junior. Able to make the ball, able to give Central back the possession, kicking the ball back into the Raiders defender.
So here's Brian Grubb on the corner kick. Sent into the box, off the head of a defender, and sent out of play. Throwing coming up for Hunterdon Central.
The Red Devils have had a little bit too much power on those corner kicks so far this game. They just got to work on that timing, work on the amount of power that they put in the kicks. They want to succeed with that.
So Logan Dennis returning to the turf. Grub will go off. You have to wonder, maybe a cramp for Dendis again. I mean, it's a chilly night, like 40 degrees here in Hunterdon County as that one's sent in, but headed away by the Raiders defense. As Grant Frey just trying to find any kind of room. Now we'll find some room, but heavy defense is all over him. Frey went down, no whistle, and now cleared the other way. Not out of it yet. Dendis now trying to work to Ryan Perrin. Dendis continues that one for Labate. Thinks better of it. And now I'll play ping pong with Ryan Perrin. Back and forth. Now send it to the near side for Colin Decatur. That one dumped in the box for nobody. And gathered up by Alexander and Dino. The keeper for North Brunswick. A couple of saves so far today. One was almost point blank from Dylan Mahalski. Keeps them in the lead 1-0.
Yeah, and Dino has had a phenomenal game as a goalkeeper. Bunch of big saves.
And looking now, approaching the 10-minute mark here in the first half. Relatively a quick first half so far in this one. 1 goal. Not a lot of whistles here in this one so far.
Yeah, only like 2 play stops as it was for the Dendis injury and 1 whistle.
That one up the head of Matei Urban. Looks like a hit off a defender. And a throw in for Hunterdon Central. Working quickly. Finds Matei Urban on the near side. And that one beat away by Luis Ramirez. Ball goes out. And another throw in coming up for Hunterdon Central.
Another smart play by Talented. Came from behind, able to kick the ball off of the Raiders defender's legs, and now it's Central ball.
So Decatur sent back to Dominic Paniconi. And now they'll reset, sends back to Bazio, and the Red Devils will try to let something else develop. And that one's going to be stolen away here by the Raiders offense. Picked up now by Peter Kassoff. Sent downfield for Christopher Lacona. Tries, saved by Chase Reinhardt. And they did call it offsides. Yeah, that one wasn't even close, Aiden. I mean, I don't know, maybe a late whistle there.
Yeah, but what a great save there by Reinhardt, though. Nice job, heads-up awareness, able to win the one-on-one, even with the whistle blown.
So the Red Devils defense working as Paniconi sends that one down for Urban, who sends that one deep as Emmerich going to press. That one off the leg of Ivan Pinata. And a throw in now for Hunterdon Central. Here's DT Emmerich stolen away by Joshua Bonsu. Now Bonsu surrounded, able to get the ball out to Ramirez, sent back the other way. Now regained by Hunterdon Central. Both teams exchanges headers. That one popped up, but out of play by Logan Dendis, and a throw in coming up for North Brunswick.
Yeah, just back and forth passes between both teams, and Dendis finally was able to be the one that kicks it out, even if that was unintentional. It stops that back and forth.
So sub coming in for the Raiders. That's the junior Seth Peters coming on for Christopher Lacona as a quick throw in now for Hunterdon Central. Here's Ryan Perrin able to fight off contact for Christopher Brands. And now a turnover. Raiders able to send it back the other way. That one's going to ricochet. No, that one did stay in bounds. Now we'll go out of bounds. And a throw-in coming up for the Raiders.
Yeah, this Red Devils offense, so far this game, they just got to work on finishing their possessions. They've had a couple of close calls, but they just got to work on finishing when they're near the goal.
That one's set deep downfield. Now here's a scary situation with Seth Peters all over the ball. Peters taps it free for Brands. Now crossed, looking for Pinata. Into the near corner. Good deep from Decatur as that one goes out, and it's going to be a corner for North Brunswick.
Nice stop there by Decatur, able to get the ball out of bounds and away from the Raiders' possession. That was a near shot for them, as Decatur did a nice job knocking that away.
So Christopher Brands now on the corner. That one dumped into the box. And over the head of just about everybody. Peters going to be able to corral that on the far side. And stolen away by Emmerich. That one off the foot of Urban. Able to find Grant Frey now on the far side. Now stolen. Brands now. inside a group of Red Devils defenders. Sends it back outside to Bonzu. Now dumped in for Pinata off the head of Dendis. Here's Ivan Pinata. Trying to cut inside. Good defense from Dendis, and he'll poke that one free. Another corner for the Raiders coming up.
Yeah, kind of a miscommunication by Dendis and Decatur. Decatur thought he had that one. Dendis jumps in front, hits it away, and is able to save himself by knocking the ball out of bounds.
So, corner coming up from Christopher Brands. That one dumped into the box. Knocked away by Chase Reinhardt. Not out of the woods yet. That one's gathered up by Joshua Bonzu. Nice cross there looking, but Colby Townsend will win the foot race to the ball. Townsend now trying to poke it for Perrin, but it's intercepted by Peter Kassoff. Here's Kassoff, a shot, but wide. And a goal kick now coming up for Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, Townsend did not see the Raider defender there and just got the ball stolen away, though. But the Red Devils, they've been playing tight defense down here, even with the goal allowed. Besides that, they've been playing great defense and not allowing this game to get out of hand.
So just over 5.5 minutes left here in this first half of action. Goal kick coming up for Chase Reinhardt. Several subs coming on. Grubb has returned, so has Aaron Townsend. Matthew Santos has also entered the field of play. As hoping a quadrant of new legs, trying to spark something here on the Red Devils offense. Here's Labate, continues down the far side for Santos. But that one marked out on a throw-in for North Brunswick.
Yeah, the Red Devils, they have great depth on this team. As even with the substitutions, guys fill in who have just as much as capable offense as the previous people in.
So several subs now for the Raiders, including the senior George Camarillo coming on. As here's a free kick. Looking now, that one hits off the head of Townsend, gathered up by Brian Grubb. Grubb slows the ball down, crosses it for Aaron Townsend. Here's Aaron Townsend, poked up the middle for Urban, back to Townsend, who couldn't reel that one in. Keeps that one in bounds, and somehow kept in, but taken away by Brands and the Raiders defense. Tap now, here's Pinata, not able to keep that one in, and a throw-in for Hunterdon Central.
That was a missed opportunity by Pinata. Had so much open grass ahead of him, but just lost control of the ball.
So closing in here, the final minutes of this first half. Still 1-0 North Brunswick here over Hunterdon Central. Looking now, Bosio and Paniconi trying to let something develop ahead. And you see Ryan Perrin, I mean, amongst the midfield has really been that common player, trying to let something develop. I mean, especially as a sophomore, that's a huge responsibility, Aiden. And so far today, I think Ryan's really handled it very well. Still trying to get something going as tight defense here from the Raiders. Townsend looked to poke that one for Decatur. And now the Raiders go back on attack. That one's stolen by Matei Urban. Rob looks over his options. Finds Matthew Santos. As now Labate, Emerin, and Hunterdon Central back to Perrin, trying to reset. Here's Decatur. Decatur dumps it into the box. Off the head of a defender, and a whistle blown. Vania Santos into one of the Raiders defenders. I believe that was Ryan Mazarigos. And a free kick coming up for North Brunswick.
Yeah, risky play there by Santos. Got the knee a little too high. Got the whistle blown on him. Thankfully, no injuries there.
So looking now, that'll be Salvaraj on the free kick. Sends it off of Mahalski. Now picked up by DT Emerin. Taps it for Aaron Townsend, who fights through contact. And there's the whistle. So a free kick for Hunterdon Central, but I mean that one was blatant by George Camarillo. Had to wait for the reaction from Aaron Townsend.
Yeah, little delay of a whistle there, as they did end up calling it for the Red Devils.
That one out. Red Devils working quickly. Just over 2 minutes left here in this first half. That one down goes Urban. And another free kick for Hunterdon Central.
So we're reaching under 2 minutes here. The Red Devils trying to get something on offense, trying to see if they can finally put that ball into the goal net, as they've struggled to do this game so far in this first half.
So here's Brian Grubb now on the free kick. There's the whistle. That one dumped into the box. Up the head of Santos, just wide of the net. Urban kept that one in, thought that one went out. They blew the whistle, and what should be a goal kick here will be a throw-in from the Raiders.
If you're the Raiders here, with the ball this deep into your territory, you just want to keep the ball away from the Red Devils. Just pass it back and forth. Let this first half wind out, and don't let the Red Devils tie this game up.
So here's the throw-in from William Tull. Kept in by Decatur, but cleared by Luis Ramirez. Paniconi, less than a minute left. Dumped in, looking for Matei Urban, but it's over his head. Gathered up by Santos, who goes down. No whistle. Townsend surrounded. Now there's a whistle. And a free kick in good positioning for Hunterdon Central. 35 seconds left and counting in the first half. Waiting for the whistle.
5 yards away, sir.
Here's the free kick from Grubb, knocked down.
They weren't even 10 yards.
And stolen away now by Connor Margulis. Excuse me, no, that's Bonsu. Bonsu to the far side. And they called offsides. And looks like this will conclude the first half of action. 1-0 North Brunswick.
Yeah, 1-0 there. That was a near scare there near at the end of the first half.
So, 1-0 North Brunswick after a good game. Headed to halftime. We'll be back for the second half right here on HCTV.
And joining us here on today's halftime show, it's Red Devil senior Dominic Paniconi. Dominic, great season so far for you guys. When did you feel that the season was going to go real well for you?
I think after the first preseason games, I wasn't playing right away. I was dealing with a bit of injury, but I saw how good the guys came out, especially the younger guys. A lot of the guys coming from JV, like the sophomores and the juniors, but they just adapted really well to a new coaching staff, new environment. I was really happy with the guys, very proud.
So you move through the season goes pretty well, obviously. We get the number 2 seed, and then it's the playoffs. How magical so far has this run been for you guys? And obviously the highlight was last Friday, but how has this been for you as a player?
It definitely has been magical, especially after the Hunter Warren Sussex final. Being able to turn around from that and go into the playoffs very confident as a whole team. I think we worked tremendously throughout the playoffs. I'm very, very happy with the guys so far. I think we could bring into the rest of the season super confident. I think we could really do it, make something happen.
So you got knocked out in the county final. Did that give you guys any extra incentive in any way moving forward from then?
Oh, 100%. I think last year we were able to win the conference, win the county. This year we haven't really won anything, so this is the tournament to win if we had to win anything.
Dominic, a lot of players across the state wish they were playing in this cold weather. What is it like to be one of 8 teams still standing in this level of state soccer?
Well, as a captain, I'm just very proud of the guys. They're every single game willing to come out even though it's freezing. Even the guys that are on the bench are always standing, always clapping, always making us proud. Yeah, especially coaches as well.
And when you look back at this time, what do you think it's going to feel like to wear Central across that jersey?
I think honestly I'll remember all the memories I made with the guys when I think about Central. All my best friends come from Central Soccer, so I'm just so grateful for them.
And that was Red Devil senior Dominic Paniconi. Stay tuned for second half action.
We would like to take a moment to thank our corporate sponsors for the 2025-2026 school year. At the gold level, thank you to American Tire and Auto of Flemington, Britland Auto Body of Greenbrook, Coldwell Banker Realty, Dave's Collision of Flemington, the Gravity Vault of Flemington, Hunterdon Health, Mid-Jersey Orthopedics, Sandhill Dental LLC of Flemington, Scheibel's Plumbing, Heating, and Water Treatment of Hampton, Kepo Siding and Windows. At the silver level, thank you to Farmers Insurance Company of Flemington, Your Smile LLC of Flemington. At the bronze level, thank you to Dr. Pamela Souse, Optometrist of Flemington, Jersey Mike Subs of Flemington, Molesky, Eisenhut, and Zielinski, Attorneys at Law in Flemington, Moose Lodge of Flemington. At the red level, thank you to Mathnasium of Flemington, Lowe and Patel Orthodontics, and Panettieri's Pizza and Pasta of Flemington. And at the black level, thank you to Provident Bank of Flemington and Flemington Veterinary Hospital. If you would like to become a corporate sponsor, visit the Hunterdon Central website and click on the Community Menu tab to learn more.
Hunterdon Central Regional High School, located in beautiful Hunterdon County, is a high-achieving 9th to 12th grade school district educating over 2,200 students from 5 different municipalities. We are an innovative educational community dedicated to the intellectual, social, and emotional safety and growth of all of our students. We are proud to have been named a National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, ranked second in New Jersey for top public comprehensive high schools by U.S. News & World Report, received an AP School Honor Roll Silver Distinction. Our students are National Merit Scholarship semifinalists and commended students every year, and our students and teams have won a lot of trophies. And while we are very proud of these accomplishments, Hunterdon Central is more than awards. We are a welcoming school community committed to education, respect, growth, and support, and at Hunterdon Central, there is something for everyone. From academics to extracurriculars, we strive to offer something that will interest every student that enters our hallways. Look at our vast list of courses to choose from. Whether students are into math, science, English, history, or maybe they like business, art, or music, robotics, TV, or radio, we have something for every student at Hunterdon Central. Passionate about languages and culture? We had 118 students recently graduate earning the seal of biliteracy. We even offer 6 specialized academies through our magnet program in architectural design, biomedical sciences, computer science, engineering, media and communications, and robotics, and they are right here at Hunterdon Central. Students do not have to go to another school to participate in these unique academies. Central offers 18 different types of sports over 3 seasons with varsity, JV, and freshman levels, and we offer unified sports for students with and without disabilities. Our caring staff is dedicated to helping students succeed in every way. Please don't hesitate to ask questions and reach out if you need any help anytime. Welcome to Hunterdon Central.
Back here from Hunterdon Central Stewart Field for today's state sectional final between the North Brunswick Raiders and the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. We're going to go field side down to Lucas.
Lucas Reed down here on the field, a rough half for the Red Devils, going down 1-0, but they got to pick their heads up. Coach said during the huddle the body language needs to improve. If the Red Devils can get that fixed, they're going to have fun. That's all we're here to do here in this second half and the whole game. We want to get the win and we want to have fun going into the next round. The Red Devils down 1-0, need to pick it up here going into the second half.
North Brunswick again up 1-0 after it was Christopher Lacona who was able to have a breakaway, cut through several defenders, and just get a ball past the diving Chase Reinhardt to put him up 1-0.
Yeah, the Red Devils, it was a good defensive first half, and their offense, they had some great momentum going in some areas, but they just got to work on finishing, getting those goals. They had a couple missed shots, couple, just not mistakes that this team would normally make. They got to clean up on those easy mistakes that they can fix, and they can get right back into this.
Yeah, as for the half, I think it's been the Red Devils really controlling most of the ball. Several chances to score, just a really good press defense by the Raiders has kept them at 0 so far in this one.
Yeah, the Red Devils defense, like they have this past stretch they've been on, has played phenomenal. Besides even that one goal, it wasn't really them. It was just a great play by the Raiders offense and just able to get by and to get the goal on a beautiful shot against Reinhardt.
So getting ready now for the second half kickoff. Well, we'll start with the Raiders as the Red Devils started the game off with the ball.
You wonder if you see a different play style from this Red Devils team, or if they want to, they don't want to get away from what they've been doing, but see if they can, change something up. We started the game, the half with the Raiders kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah, sometimes you're just trying to catch the other team off guard, sending it downfield. Obviously, Red Devils not letting that happen. As a deep throw in now for Peter Labate. That one sent down the near side. Looking for Urban, but sent back the other way by Thomas Boniak. Perrin able to pop it up to Grubb. And now in a trio of defenders, a scrum for the ball. Taken away now by Joshua Bonzu. Sending it back, and you already see the Raiders being very aggressive early on. As I say that, they send it back to reset with the defenders. Yeah,
that was a nice steal there by Grubb, as now the Raiders got the ball back.
So here's Dendis as he's able to gather that one in, sends it back to Decatur, and Hunterdon Central looks to reset as that pass is jumped in front of by Christopher Brands. And Brands goes down. Excuse me, I think that was Luis Ramirez, and quick to get off the turf now. A free kick coming up for North Brunswick.
Yeah, Grubb has played very aggressive to start the second half off. He's gotten to the ball a bunch. He's had the ball more than any other player on this field has in the first 2.5 minutes of this half. And yeah, that's just the player Grubb is. He wants the ball in his hands at all times. He wants to have possession. He's when he doesn't have it, he chases after the guy with the ball, gets it back for the Red Devils.
So getting ready now. It's a free kick for the Raiders. Sent deeper into the Red Devils territory. And that one gathered up by Perrin. Bonzi wanted a whistle. Was unsuccessful in that one as Urban pops that one up looking for Grant Frey. Sent back the other way by William Tull. Urban fights for it. And that one went out. Will be a throw-in for North Brunswick.
That was Urban trying to make a play happen. Just too close to the sidelines to really do anything there, especially getting double-teamed.
So a throw-in now for William Tull. Sent down for Joshua Bonzu. Pokes back. Good defense from Urban. And another throw now coming up from North Brunswick.
North Brunswick just trying to slow this game down. As you can see, they noticed the Red Devils. They're playing extra aggressive. And the Raiders just doing the opposite of that, playing conservative, and just not letting the Red Devils really do much.
So here's Frey. He's going to cross looking for Perrin, but knocked in front of was Peter Kassoff. Now regained there by Colin Decatur, but stolen away by Kassoff. On the far side, looking to set something up. Good defense here from, I believe that's Colby Townsend. As here's a chance for the Raiders, but kicked free by Colin Decatur. Here's Townsend now trying to work up the far side. As able to poke that one free for Mahalski now. Continues it up the far side for Ryan Perrin. Ryan Perrin looks to chip it up for Urban, but kicked away by Salvaraj. And that one goes out. Bought a throw in here for the Raiders.
Yeah, that started off with a beautiful drop by Townsend to get the ball past two Raiders defenders, and then just once again not being able to finish the job after a nice play.
So back and forth now as that one goes out, and another throw in out for the Raiders. That one to the far side and pokes free, and it's the Red Devils throwing now. And we're seeing this a lot, is that the Red Devils aren't afraid to even just clear the ball out of bounds. But no matter where in the field, of course, bring the players back close together. And we've seen, in the past, we've seen a lot more throw-ins, I think, just back and forth. But even now, we're seeing a nice amount here along midfield. As they try to get something set up. That one's up the head of Urban, looking for Mahalski, but taken away by Salavaraj, and that one goes out of play.
Going back to what you said, that's just the awareness that some of these players have. The smart plays. I mean, we saw a couple of very smart plays by Townsend. He was able to get possession back for the Red Devils by just doing this a simple thought of just kicking it off the Raiders defense.
So throwing out from Frey off the head of Urban, off a defender, and a corner coming up now for the Red Devils.
Red Devils have been unsuccessful. Have had a lot of unsuccessful attempts with the corner kicks this game. Just got to work on the timing and power of it.
So it'll be Frey on the corner. Dumped into the box. And looking for Mahalski, who slipped on the turf. Yeah. And looks like they wanted to say... Right, the Hunter Central was looking for a penalty there, of course.
Yeah.
Did not get it. And will be a free kick here for the Raiders.
Yeah. They thought that Mahalski was pushed down. Refs just looked at it as he slipped on his own footing.
So here's Severaj on the free kick. It's a midfield, headed away by Townsend. And a throw-in coming up for the Raiders. So again, I mean, you've seen a couple of big pushes early on in the second half from Hunterdon Central. Just unsuccessful, not able to net the ball and tie it up. Good defense from the Raiders. And as the 9th team, I mean, this team is absolutely playing much better than what the record showed.
Yeah, way better than the record showed. They beat the path they had coming into this game has just been an outstanding underdog story, beating the 1 seed, and then a close matchup against Marlborough last week or in the last game, and now versing one of the best teams in the state or in the section as in the Red Devils, and up 1-0 in the second half.
So here's Patapati finding Lacona as that one's rocketed back the other way, but waiting is William Tall. A volley back here midfield, going back and forth. Each team trying to get a leg up on the other as this one's gathered up by Joshua Bonzu. Bonzu trying to get something started, trapped now by a series of Red Devils defenders, cuts up the middle now. Here's Joshua Bonzu. Bonzu trying to get a shot off, but kicked away by Logan Dendis. Barely kept in by Townsend, and over was Pinata. Whistle blown. And a free kick now for the Raiders. Pinata all over Townsend there, Aiden.
Yeah, close call there, though, against Townsend, as it was just back and forth hand fighting, and Townsend overpowered the Raiders defender.
So a free kick now for the Raiders. That one sent deep into the box. Waiting is Reinhardt to make the catch. And tries to get the Red Devils offense restarted. So Paniconi now sends it out to Decatur as the Red Devils backfield looks to get something developed, something organized, and get the ball downfield. Here's Brian Grubb now. That one poked free by Bonsu. And a throw in for Hunterdon Central. Here's Paniconi. So you see that aggressive offense there with Lacona all over Paniconi. And we saw that in the last game against Oldbridge. I mean, Oldbridge early on, and Oldbridge was not able to find the back of the net. But Hunterdon Central not able to repeat the feat so far today, as this one's dumped downfield off the head of Urban, looking for Mahalski. Put over to Salavaraj, and stolen by Urban. Here's Dylan Mahalski. He sends it back to Ryan Perrin. Townsend looking in, dumps it in for Matei Urban. Urban now to looking for Brian Grubb. That one got past, and Urban went down. A free kick and viable positioning now for Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for the Red Devils to finally put a point on the board, as their defense is playing like they're not going to allow another goal this game. And for the Red Devils, they can tie this one up here, and then 31 more minutes of play time for both of these teams to put another one up to break the tie.
So Brian Grubb again on the free kick. Last time up, he hit the wall of defenders. As here's Brian Grubb. That kick sent in off a man and just wide of the net. Goal kick coming up now for Alexander Andino.
Yeah, that one looked like it was going in for a second, but just shy of the goal. Went wide right there. And, yeah, Grubb, that was almost a beautiful kick there off of the free kick.
You know, and I think if that one was headed for the net, I think Andino was all over it no matter what.
Yeah. It was just untouched. No one was able to get on the ball, as Andino was probably there to get there.
So 100 Central defenders all over the goal kick, trying to send it back downfield. Finding Grant Frey as Frey looks to go in with it, but Boniak kicks it free. Now here's Bonzu. He'll send it downfield for Lacona. Foot race now. Labate going to win the race to the ball. And, wow, what a play by Peter Labate to keep Lacona off the ball, and watch that one roll out of play.
Yeah, Labate just overpowering the Raider, just overpowering Lacona. And just once again, just a heads-up play by the Red Devils. Another smart play, keeping them into this and not letting, that was a potential scoring opportunity for Lacona. And Labate just playing smart.
Good play by Dennis to keep that out of the hands of Lacona. Still trying to find any room, even to get to midfield. As swarmed by a pair of defenders. Grubb going to lose the ball there, but this one's sent downfield now for Dylan Mahalski. Tap back, looking for Matei Urban. He'll cross it for Frey, but whistle blown and a free kick coming up for the Raiders. Don't know what happened. Looked like it involved Ryan Perrin.
Yeah, that was just as Frey had his best chance yet to score, but just a whistle against Perrin blows that opportunity.
Yeah, Grant Frey, just an incredible job even getting open, especially in the corner. As here's a push for the Raiders. That one crossed, but Decatur able to pop it up. There's Ivan Pinata. He sends it back, looking for Peter Kassoff, right into the hands of Chase Reinhardt, and the Red Devils will reset. Here's Labate now, working with Grant Frey, but taken away now by Thomas Boniak. That one poked the other way, whistle blown, and I think we call it offside. So free kick for the Red Devils. Trying to get something set up. There's Grubb. Grubb will cross it back to Labate. Looking now, try to send it down the near side, but in the way was Patapati. There's Bonju looking for Lacona. Racing the ball. Dendis able to clear it out before Lacona could get there. And the throwing coming up for the Raiders, but a fantastic play there by Logan Dendis.
Yeah, great speed there by Dendis. Just phenomenal effort, able to get it out. As that was a near one-on-one opportunity for Lacona, who's had a couple of chances at that, but the Red Devils able to just get to the ball before him.
So throwing out for North Brunswick will be taken by William Tull. Tull not seeing what he wanted, and they'll stop the clock now. I guess just to reset the North Brunswick offense as that one's thrown in the box off the head of Bonzu. Over the head of Pinata. Foot race now is Townsend in for Pinata. Contact. And that one gonna roll out of bounds. Townsend just gonna keep that one in.
Yeah, close effort there by Townsend. Not able to get to it fast enough. As now the Red Devils, if you need to get out of this situation. This ball has been on the side for quite some time now. You need to get something, just a spark on offense. Change the momentum of this game.
So throwing now for the Raiders. This one into the box. Off the head of, I believe, Decatur, and a corner coming up. So the pressure remains on the Hunterdon Central defense.
This is the Red Devils' chance on defense to get out of this position. They can get to the ball before the Raiders, do a long kick out of there and get to the ball and switch the momentum.
So Christopher Brands on the corner kick. Sent into the box. Off the head of Bunzu. But sails just over the net. And a goal kick coming up for Chase Reinhardt.
Raiders were able to get to that one. They were able to get the header on, but just not enough accuracy on that. So now this is the Red Devils' chance to do what I've been telling them, to just change the momentum on offense, get something going.
Now Mahalskis that one through. Tipped by Urban. Mahalski trying to find space, crosses it to a wide open Ryan Perrin. Chip now looking for Matei Urban into the far corner. Just able to keep that one in now as Urban looking over his options. That one kicked free of a defender and a throw in now deep downfield for the Red Devils.
This is where the Red Devils have struggled this side of the field, not being able to score, not being able to get a goal. This is a great chance to change that as we're inching closer and closer to the end of this full possession of this second half.
So that one thrown into the box now off of a defender. Mahalski whipped on it, now taken away by North Brunswick. Poked free by Logan Dendis. Dendis went down, so did Kassoff. Whistle blown and a free kick for Hunterdon Central. And Logan Dendis down on the turf again. And a yellow card being handed out now to Peter Kassoff after they made contact.
Yeah, yellow card there on Kassoff as the Red Devils now. This is once again a great opportunity.
So Kassoff will sub off.
Red Devils making a couple substitutions themselves. Decatur coming out.
So Kassoff comes out looking like it's Seth Peters who will come in for the junior. Free kick lining up now for Brian Grubb. Waiting for the whistle. There it is. Here's the free kick. Dumped into the box, but hit away by Josh Bonzu. As now here's a play for the Raiders on the far side, but kicked away by Brian Grubb. That one rolls out, and a throw in now for North Brunswick.
That was a close tie there between who touched it out of bounds. It was against the Red Devils. Is now the Raiders with a chance here.
So a throw in now for North Brunswick. Headed back the other way by Dendis, and another throw-in coming up for the Raiders. So now the battle midfield taken away now by Brian Grubb. Grubb dumped downfield looking for Matei Urban. In the way is William Tull. Not out of the woods yet, picked up by Ryan Perrin. Perrin tries to poke it free, but kicked away by Severage. Nice ball there by Brands. As the volley midfield continues. Grubb going to reel it in. Now down the near line looking for Frey. So that one kicked free and a throw-in for the Raiders.
That was a great...
Looks like they called that one. No, it is a throw-in now for North Brunswick. As sent back and forth, popped up by Brands looking for Lacona, but headed out by Peter Labate. So another throw-in now for the Raiders. Tall again. That one sent in straight to the head of Peter Labate. As that one barely stays in. Hit his own player in the face. Now gathered up by Grant Frey. Poked free, whistle blown, free kick for Hunterdon Central. And it looked like Frey and Bonzu got together. So another opportunity setting up now for Hunterdon Central. There's Peter Labate. Labate trying to get something started. Just over 20 minutes left here in regulation. Decatur on the far side. Tries to find Townsend as that one rolls out. And another throw-in for North Brunswick.
Yeah, the Red Devils have suffered with a couple inaccurate passes. Just not able to, get enough touch on the ball. Doesn't go the way they want. The Raiders just able to get in front of it.
At this point, Aiden, I wouldn't even say that this isn't so much on the Hunterdon Central offense as it is a good light here for the Raiders defense. I mean, just really good press defense all over the Hunterdon Central offense, not allowing any space.
Yeah, the Raiders are doing a phenomenal job just playing amazing coverage on some of the Red Devils' top scorers. Like Frey, he's had a pretty quiet second half, just not able to do anything.
So there's Labate looking for DT Emeren as he's able to reel it in. And it looked like he called a free kick as that one's dumped in off the shoulder of Urban. Here's Mahalski. No, that's Townsend who pops it up. off the head of Emeren. Shot! Goal! DT Emeren! And we're all tied up at 1.
Great shot there by Emery as the Red Devils finally found a spark on offense.
My goodness, I think they hit off the head of Colby Townsend. DT Emeren barely able to find that one and send it past the diving Alexander Andino. We're all tied up at 1 here with just over 20 minutes left in this one.
Emery, the central transfer that he transferred in this season, he's played a phenomenal role on this team and now ties the game up here with 22 minutes left of the second half.
DT Emeren has this one even, one of the biggest goals of the season. So now you'll have to see maybe the momentum will shift. Red Devils playing aggressive already as the Raiders go back on offense. Sends it downfield. Lacona and Labate a foot race as Labate pokes that one out. And a throw coming up for the Raiders. And now you're seeing that laid back, relaxed North Brunswick squad now say, okay, we're tied now. We got to go and be aggressive again.
Yeah, the little, not that aggressive play call kind of costed them there, as now they're back tied with this Red Devils team. And once the Red Devils get momentum, it's hard to stop them.
That one headed away. Again, it's one shot as this one's reeled in by Pinata. Cleared now by Townsend. And a throw in for the Raiders. That one thrown in. Townsend went down. And whistle blown. Free kick coming up for the Red Devils. And we've seen 4 or 5 games going to overtime, including 2 games ago, East Brunswick going all the way to penalty kicks in a thriller. And right now, it seems like that one's not too far off.
Yeah, we are in for another amazing ending to a Red Devil soccer game.
So the Red Devils looking at something set up, and now you can be conservative again because now you're even. I mean, of course, you can't allow another goal, obviously, but now, worst case scenario, this game's going to stay alive. Now you don't have to be as aggressive. You don't have to use as much energy to go and try to go and take the lead. So working downfield, Decatur dumps in for Urban, but it's headed away by Ari Salvaraj. Now then by Brian Grubb. And again, you're seeing tonight, Brian Grubb, he's some of the most touches on the ball so far. Just really a good player, able to keep the ball moving and set up really good plays.
All these Red Devils players, they just do phenomenal jobs of finding openings, finding chances to make a play happen, as we saw in that previous goal by Emery. Townsend able to give the ball to Emery, who was able to get the goal.
So here's Perrin. Nice cross to DT Emeren. Emeren trying to work inside. Already able to tie this one up as that one off the head of Perrin. Another nice play, though. This one's clear looking for Paniconi. But here's Christopher Lacona. Lacona able to hit that one off the head of Townsend, of Paniconi, and Paniconi didn't clear it. That one stayed in. That's one stumped in by Townsend. It hits off the leg of Thomas Boniak. Now Grubb goes down. No whistle. The fight continues. There's a whistle. And looks like they called it offside, so it'll be looks like a free kick for the Red Devils now. So they did call the Raiders offsides. So Paniconi working out to Decatur. He'll dump it in, but it hits up the head of Bonsu. There's Brands. He'll dump it in, now looking for Christopher Lacona. Here's Christopher Lacona. And shut off and go for the Raiders. North Brunswick able to answer right back. And it's 2-1 North Brunswick.
Yeah, he just won that one-on-one against Labate. Reinhardt tried to jump in front, was able to get it past him.
So looking now, North Brunswick answering right back, Aiden. And we've seen that really all day, that Lacona just able to break away, kind of linger back towards the Hunterdon Central goal, and obviously paying off now. He scored the first one too, so that's his second goal on the evening for Christopher Lacona.
Yeah, he's having a great night for him.
So the pressure back on now with just over 18 and a half minutes left in regulation. Immediately sent downfield from Grubb. Is that one going to roll out of bounds? And a throw in for the Raiders.
Yeah, like you said, the pressure back on for the Red Devils. They tied this game for a mere couple minutes, and just like that, The Raiders able to get back on the lead.
Yeah, one of the very rare mistakes we've seen by this Red Devils defense, just not a hard enough pass there from Labate to Paniconi.
And that's the Red Devils. They put themselves in a situation like that a couple of times this game. That one finally costed them, as the Raiders were finally able to capitalize off of a chance with a one-on-one down the field. Usually throughout this game, the Red Devils, they've won those one-on-ones, whether it was Labate or Decatur or someone else on the defense, able to win those one-on-ones. That time though, unfortunate.
So here's D.T. Emmerin to Colby Townsend. Working back, trying to get something set up here in this winner-go-home match. And here's Colby Townsend now, and that's stolen. Taken away by Peter Kassoff. Working to the near side, poked free by Perrin, now stolen by D.T. Emmerin. Emmerin able to send it back the other way, try to poke it for Grubb. And no whistle. One of the Raiders players went down, quickly back up as Grubb tried to give that one to Perrin, but picked up by Seth Peters. Peters in a one on a lot of defenders, and that one's taken away, and the Red Devils will reset on attack. Labate looking for Matei Urban now. Urban will backtrack, back to Labate. Looking back for Urban, but stolen by, I believe that's Kassoff. Back and forth now here on the near side. Working, looking for Frey, as that one's kicked off the back and Frey from Thomas Boniak, and a throw in for the Raiders.
Yeah, back and forth there. Both teams stealing the ball from each other. So now the Red Devils, they got to get that offensive spark back that they had after that goal.
So there's the throw in now. Kicked away by Perrin. Finding the feet of Urban, who looked for Frey. Just a little out of reach, and another throw in for the Raiders coming up.
Frey's been close a couple times near that sideline. Sideline's gotten the better of him a couple times now.
So looking now, that's off the chest of Brands. And the scrum continues here on the near side. Brands able to break away. He hits the deck, no whistle. And now here's Grant Frey, cuts inside and a pair of defenders. Finds Mahalski, tap back to Grubb. Continues ball movement, he'll find Colby Townsend on the far side. Back to Grubb. And now the Red Devils offense will reset. Looking now, Paniconi trying just to find something again. Just over 15 minutes left in regulation, down 2-1. As a quick answer from the Raiders, a throw-in coming up now, 400 in Central.
If there's one thing this Red Devils team does is they do not fold under pressure. They've been down a couple times throughout the season in big games, able to come from behind and win the game. They want to looking to do that again here.
That was dumped in off the head of Urban. Good chance for Frey, but that one's swallowed up by Andino. And now North Brunswick will look to try to add on to their lead. Battle downfield now, barely kept in bounds by Padapati.
So it's a great steal there by Labate. Got a lot of time on that slide there, as that was a very athletic play.
So a throw-in coming up for William Tall. That one thrown in, looking for Peters. Popped up now by Paniconi, and that one going to go out of bounds. A throw-in now for the Raiders. Good throw in there, but cleared by Labate, and Topper doesn't go very far. He'll just move down the near sideline. And another throw-in for North Brunswick. So here's William Tull on the throw-in. Into the box. Headed away there by Paniconi. Not out of it yet. Oh, as Grubb steals this one away. Off the slide. Here's Brian Grubb, but it's won by Severage. Kept keeping the pressure on. That's Mahalski. Gathered up by Brian Grubb. Good. Grubb, a good cross. Looking for Grant Frey, but into the hands of Alexander Andino.
Yeah, that was all Grubb there. The effort he put there was insane.
Quickly stolen away now by D.T. Emmerin. And Hunterdon Central will reset. You're seeing now this aggressiveness. You're seeing the pressure put on by this Red Devils offense. saying, well, it's still go time. Not much of a break. As whistle blown, a free kick downfield now, 400 in Central. Brian Grubb will line up the free kick.
6 yards. That's 6 yards. Yeah.
There's the whistle. Here's the kick from Grubb, dumped into the box and into the hands of Andino.
That's a beautiful kick there by Grubb. Got a lot of power onto that. Just into the hands of Andino, able to catch that.
Andino rocket that one back to midfield off the feet of Peters. And now here's Seth Peters. He'll look to push downfield. Good defense from Brian Grubb. Pokes it free. Now there goes Grubb midfield. Whistle blown and a free kick for Hunterdon Central. 12.5 minutes left in regulation. As Frey works on the near side, even we've already seen it. It takes one shot. As that one's kicked out of bounds by Bonsu. It takes one shot to tie it up.
Yeah, one shot's all the Red Devils need with under 12.5 left to go.
So Hunterdon Central look to reset. Here's Colin Decatur. On the far side, trying to find space. Heavy pressure put on by Pinata. And a throw now for Hunterdon Central. Now I'm looking for Urban. Here's Matei Urban. Sends it back to Decatur. Looks inside for Townsend, who's tripped up. There's the whistle and another free kick coming up for the Red Devils. Fantastic spot now for Hunterdon Central.
Red Devils, they need to capitalize off of this free kick here.
So it'll be Colby Townsend on the free kick. There's the whistle. The free kick from Townsend. Sent in and over the head of everybody. And a goal kick coming up for Andino.
Just over everybody's head was that kick there by Townsend. As now the Red Devils got to get back on defense. Got to get another takeaway here.
So Incarno will retake the field for Seth Peters. As a goal kick now for the Raiders. That one sent to midfield off the head of Colby Townsend. As the Raiders look to push again, that one rolls out and a throw in for Hunterdon Central. So working now on the backfield, it's Paniconi and Labate. Trying to get something set up. Working now, there's Decatur on the far side. Looking for Townsend just a little too far, and that one's cleared out by Patapati. Another throw in for Hunterdon Central.
It's right over there.
So here's Colin Decatur. That one's sent into the box off the head of a Red Devil. Now Mahalski, that one goes out. And it's going to be looks like it will be a goal kick here for Andino. So another good chance, Aiden. The Red Devils just not able to make it count.
The Raiders are going to play extra protective with the ball. Try their best not to make any mistakes. Don't give the Red Devils a chance of a takeaway or anything like that.
So Noah Beelan coming on for Peter Labate. Beelan, you've seen him get a couple assists. I mean, one of the strongest arms on the team on throws, especially down towards the box. As Red Devils continue to look to push, here's D.T. Emerin. That one's popped up by Ramirez. And now it'll be sent back the other way. He'll find Patapati, who will dump it in looking for Christopher Lincona. Lincona will slow it down. Takes it back. Christopher Lincona, a shot, but through the uprights. And a goal kick for Chase Reinhardt.
Lincona looking for a whistle there just over the net, as now Reinhardt, who's had a good game so far, led up a couple goals, but it was just great plays by the Raiders offense.
So Hunterdon looks to reset here on the attack. It's Colin Decatur on the far side looking to get something organized. Here's Ryan Perrin. This is downfield for Frey. As here's Grant Frey. Frey will take it inside looking for Urban. Miscommunication there. That's it back the other way by William Tull. So the pressure stays on. The Red Devils look to go back and press downfield. Beelan now to Emmerin and back to Ryan Perrin. Continue to send it around the horn. Here's Decatur on the far side. Inside for Colby Townsend. Here's Townsend. He'll backtrack now. Sends it back to Brian Grubb. Another good chance for Hunterdon Central. Looking inside for Grant Frey. That one poked free. And cleared by Joshua Bonzu. And that one will go out. And another throw in here for Hunterdon Central.
Frey just does a phenomenal job of just able to get past the finish. It's just this Raiders defense is putting so many guys on Frey. It's just hard to do anything there.
7.5 minutes remain in regulation. Here's Colby Townsend inside looking for Urban. As Urban fights through contact, but it's taken away by Tull. Now here's Noah Beelan. Beelan will look to the far the near side for DT Emmerin. Emmerin tried to cross that one in for Townsend. But that one comes off of his foot wrong and sails over the net. A goal kick for Alexander Andino.
Emmerin's going to want to have that one back. Just too much power there, and that's just an opportunity that the Red Devils wasted.
So again, Ari Salvaraj on the free kick. That one rocketed to midfield, headed away by Paniconi. Now gathered up by the Raiders. I believe that's Christopher Benz as close call. Reinhardt back the other way and out of play. So just trying to keep the pressure on Aiden for the Red Devils.
Yeah, this Red Devils team, they just got to keep playing composed. Don't let the pressure get to them with almost a little over 6 minutes left.
There's Bonzu trying to operate on the far side. Now sent downfield. Looking for Lane Conan, and that was headed back to Reinhardt. Here's Frey. Looking there and almost cleared by Boniak. And that one hit off the leg of Frey. Another throw in for the Raiders. That one thrown in. It'll be off the head of Beelan. Set up nicely for Colin Decatur. Decatur now looking inside. He'll find Brian Grubb. Grubb, a nice cross for Noah Beelan now. Follows the near side for Grant Frey. Frey, that one crossed in. Good chance. Ball still loose and now picked up by Alexander and Dino. And Townsend's down. All sorts of jawing, and will be a free kick for the Raiders.
Very close there by the Red Devils. Frey able to give them a chance, but just it's just not there.
So off the head of Perrin, picked up by Emmerin. A good ball there, looking for Grant Frey. And that one going to roll out. And they say it did hit off of the leg of Patapati. So here's Noah Beelan on the throw-in. That one sent into the box. Off the head of Severage. Now to the far side. Couple of players hit the turf. Still no whistle. And now the Raiders look to send it back downfield, but good play there by Colin Decatur. Here's Colby Townsend now, and that one will be cleared by Selvaraj.
Grubb had a rough landing there, grabbing his lower back, as hoping he's okay for the final couple minutes of this game.
Still 2-1 North Brunswick. Throwing now for Noah Beelan. You saw it there, Aiden. I mean, Beelan just able to throw that one right into the box.
looking to do so again here.
That one thrown in off the head of Urban. Here's Paniconi unloads, but in the way was Andrew Toll. Here's Perrin now. He'll try to dump it in for Frey, but it's headed away. Ball is still loose. Here's Grubb, a shot, but into the hands of Andino.
Grubb so close there. Just another good save there by Andino.
3.5 minutes now remain. The Red Devils playing for their season. Have a chance now towards the goal line, and that one's off the foot of Beelan. And subs coming on now. I think they're going to call that. Looks like they're going to call it a corner.
Yeah, both teams kind of caught a break there. Maybe a missed offsides there against the Raiders, and the Red Devils got pretty lucky at the end there, as the Raiders had another chance with just not any Red Devils defenders near the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Peter Kassoff now in the corner. Now it's sent into the box. Kicked away by Noah Beelan. Coming in is Grant Frey. Frey trying to get something set up. That one off the leg of Patapati. And they're saying it's a throw-in for North Brunswick. Less than 3 minutes left in regulation. Here's William Tull. Frey able to bring that one down, and now sent downfield by Noah Beelan. Looking for Mahalski, had some contact there. And now volley back, there's Pinata on the far side. Now pushed by Grubb, it'll be picked up by Colby Townsend. A nice ball there as Grubb dumps that one in, looking for Frey. Off the head of Grant Frey, but picked up by Alexander Andino.
The Red Devils are coming so close to tying this game up. Just Andino's always finds his way there and able to just keep saving it.
That one sent to midfield off the foot of Colin Decatur. As here's Dominic Paniconi. Follows the far side for Townsend. Now the Red Devils again back on the attack. Less than 2 minutes. Perrin dumps that one looking for Emmer, and it's off his shoulder. One of the defenders went down. Looking for Frey. Frey and a group of defenders now cleared out by Tull. And whistle blown. That's Ryan Perrin on the turf here on the near side. Looking at his right leg. And it looks like they're going to call it for the training staff. So Perrin is up, limping away with the help of Noah Beelan. And unfortunate for the sophomore here in the final minutes of regulation.
It'll be Logan Dennis coming in for the injured player.
Yeah, Dennis, we've also seen shaken up several times tonight as well.
So now with a minute and a half left, the Red Devils, they got to find a way. Reinhardt needs a big kick here. Maybe dump it off to Beelan and see if he can kick it down.
So waiting for the whistle now as Perrin heads to the bench. It'll be Chase Reinhardt to get this one back underway. And he'll tip it off to Dominic Paniconi. Paniconi sent inside for Brian Grubb. Grubb fights through contact. Grubb goes down. No whistle. And now down goes Seth Peters. And a free kick for North Brunswick. Yellow card will be handed out to Dominic Paniconi. And now Labate will retake the turf. A tough break for one of the Red Devils' tallest players.
Yeah, Paniconi's had himself a great game. It's just unfortunate here in the final minute, in the final 90 seconds, that yellow card there.
So again, one shot, but a free kick for the Raiders, most likely going to send it down towards the Hunterdon Central net. That one sent out of bounds, just trying to waste the clock. And sub coming on for the Red Devils. Paniconi will retake the field for Labate. 63 seconds remain. That one headed out of bounds now. Beelin on the throw-in. Sends it downfield looking for Grant Frey. Ball still up off the head. No, Mahalski couldn't get there. And now cleared by Brands. Decatur keeps the pressure on. That's popped up by Dendis. Sky for Brands. 36 seconds left. Beelin back to try to receive. Off the shoulder of Peters. And a throw-in now for Hunterdon Central. Less than 30 seconds. There's Frey. Frey tries to cross. It hits off the head of a defender. And that one rolls out. And they're saying it's a throw-in for the Raiders. 10 seconds remain. And it looks like that one, that will do it here in this one. The North Brunswick Raiders, the Central Jersey Group 4 champions. A tough way to end the season for Hunterdon Central. Losing to the 9th seed, North Brunswick. 2-1 here. Aiden, a really hard-fought game, but in the end, the Raiders come out on top.
Yeah, overall, just a hard-fought season by the Red Devils, able to get all the way to this game. It's sad to see, but you just got to appreciate the effort that the Red Devils put in.
You know, maybe a couple costly mistakes by this Red Devils defense, but the Red Devils offense, I think, was on par. Just a fantastic defensive performance from North Brunswick. Able to hold on. 2-1 is the final score. Well, that'll do it here from Stewart Field. Final score, North Brunswick 2, Hunterdon Central 1. My name's Robbie Lubner. Joining me is Aiden Puniker. We'll see you next time on HCTV.